Me and my friends have been playing on this Minecraft server for a little over 6 months now, and I think we've built some pretty cool things, such as the start of this walled city, the start of our farming district, and this quarry which houses our copper golem auto sorter as well as our super smelter. But you might start to notice that our server has many unfinished projects, which is why today I decided to actually finish one of those projects. Starting off with the city port. Right now there's really nothing below the wall. You can just see the ugly vanilla terrain right under the terraforming, which needs to be fixed. Now I'm splitting this operation into 3 different steps. Number 1, I'll need to do some planning in the creative copy of the server. This will help me know exactly what I want the dock to look like so I do not spend time on redesigns in the server. Number 2, I'll need to get quite a few materials, which will be harder than I expected because of all the niche detailing blocks I plan on using for the build, and the lack of help from my friends on the server. And number 3, I'll need to transfer the build I planned in the creative copy into the server by utilizing a mod called Lightmatica, which allows me to take blueprints of builds I have designed and use those blueprints in another world to make building and survival easier. I plan on using a lot of references for this build, of pictures and drawings that I mostly find on Pinterest. Once I know what I want, I also plan on making a quick sketch myself to kind of combine all the references I find on Pinterest and make it easier to actually see what I want the build to look like. But I'll be showing and talking more about that later, so let's move on. I started off the process with gathering the materials I knew I would need for the build, one of those being mud. So I made my way to a nearby mangrove forest and spent some time mining about 2 shulkers of mud. I plan on using this mud to replace the gravel and dirt that's on the current ocean floor, and so that it matches the rest of the underwater terraforming that me and my friends have done so far. After that, I decided to start the most time-consuming part of the material gathering process, which was oxidizing the copper, which my friends did help with so it went a bit faster. I then set off to find an azalea tree because rooted dirt only spawns under naturally spawning azalea trees, and I needed a lot of that. It took a little bit of searching, but I eventually did find an azalea tree in the spruce forest, which gave me way more than enough rooted dirt. I then made my way to a dripstone cave because I wanted to use the dripstone block because it has a pretty cool texture that I've never really used for building, so I plan on using it in this build. Next on the list was pale oak wood, which I plan on using in a stone gradient for the build. Then I made a quick stop at the tree farm because I needed more spruce wood. I'm not going to show much of it, but most of the material gathering for this build is just me looking through the chest in my storage system because I already have most of the blocks I will be needing in there. After quite a bit of that, the copper actually was done oxidizing, so I mined that up. At this point in the project, I had already completed the design of the build, but I still wanted to make a quick sketch for a short I had planned. After a bit of drawing, I ended up with this. I think it's pretty accurate to how I designed it in game, so I'm pretty happy with it. I would show the full edit here, but it has copyrighted music, so I can't, but it should be uploaded as a short on my channel, so you can just watch it there. And with that, everything is ready, so let's get into the build. I hope you guys liked that quick little time lapse. I know it's always my favorite part of videos I watch. And now I just wanted to do a quick little walkthrough of the build and to just show off some of the building techniques I used. So here I wanted to make a textured wall, so I decided to use anvils, candles, and change to give like the illusion of depth in my build without like extending more than 1 block. And I think it came out pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it. And on the ground here, I used just regular dirt, rooted dirt, and coarse dirt to give just a little bit of texture to it. Down here, I made these indented archways for detail, which I really like. And I also used some leaves and moss to maybe look like algae growing in the water. Along here, I used a lot of different blocks for texture, as well as some signs on the side to look like a little railing. And in the actual wall, I used some pretty cool blocks like this dead brain coral here, which I really like. Over here, I wanted to feel a little more secure, so I went in with some copper detailing blocks to make a bigger railing. It's kind of just the same over here, and I did forget to break those blocks from when I was getting the thumbnail, so I'll just go do that now. While I'm doing that, I just wanted to thank you for watching this far, because this is my first video and it took a while to make, so I'm glad that you're actually watching this far and enjoying. Alright, now that that's done, over here it's just a lot of the same stuff, like the signs and the texturing and the algae and such. And I did do these stairs, which have a little bit of cool texturing on it. Now over here I did have to do a little bit of cliff terraforming for the project, which I don't do much, but I think it turned out pretty good. It did have to wrap around one of the towers, which made it a little bit more difficult, but I made it through. The gradient I used for this terraforming was deep slate to mossy cobble to tuff to cobblestone and then to andesite and stone, which made for a nice dark to light gradient. You can't really see the cobbled deep slate, but it's under here under the water. And I just did some more of the moss and leaves around here, and that's about it. Let me know in the comments if you guys even like this part of the video, because I know it's not as entertaining as other parts, but I thought I would add it. And now I'm just gonna go along this cliff edge here and make the rest of the cliff kind of blend with the part that I did better in a quick time lapse. Now I'm just going to go along this edge here and add some foliage, but as I do that, I want to talk a little bit about what I want this channel to become in the future and what are my plans for it. First off, I just really want to thank you guys again for watching to this point in the video, and I want to encourage you guys to leave a comment saying like things that I should do differently next time, or things I did well, or things that you liked about the video, just like constructive criticism, just so my next video can be better than this one was and I can improve at things. Or even just any questions you might have, like shaders or how I design my builds or how I come up with ideas or stuff like that. And for later videos, depending on how many comments I get, I plan on making this time at the end of the video for reading and responding to comments, which is something I saw in a Sino video. He's a really talented builder here on YouTube who you should definitely check out after the video if you haven't already. But that's really all I have planned for this episode. Next episode I'll probably maybe fill up the top of the dock with some builds or like some market stalls or something like that. Again, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.